video, I'm going to show you how to make a squishy ball or a ball that bounces using some different components and different settings. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add an icosphere to my image. I'm going to lift that up off the bottom, off the plane area, and get it up so when it falls, it will hit the ground and bounce. I'm going to add a plane. I'm going to use S and make that bigger so that it covers all of the ground. So whenever my ball falls, it will hit that, and this will be something that it interacts with. I'm going to open up my side panel. With the plane selected, I'm going to hit the physics button and hit collision. Everything there is good. I'm just going to leave that as is. Then I'm going to hit my ball, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to hit collision. And then soft body. So collision and soft body are selected right now. I'm then going to scroll down. There's a bunch of different options down here. You're going to want to go down to the very bottom where you'll see these options. I'm going to unclick soft body goal. And then I'm going to hit play to make sure that my animation plays correctly. So as you can see, my ball falls, and it kind of gets crushed when it falls. So we need to play around with the animation settings. I am going to shorten my animation to 100. I don't need to make it quite so long. But let's go ahead and we're going to play around with some of the settings that we have. Okay, so now that we have this, I want to change this bending to change it. So I'm going to change that to 1. And that is going to change how the ball interacts with the ground. So you can see now it's bouncing. Now you can play around with all these different buttons here. Plastic, you can change that around, see what that does. You can play around pull, push, damp. All of these different ones will change how the ball interacts with the ground. Now our ball is really sort of has these flat shapes on it, and that's not really what we want our ball to look like. So now we have to take it a step further and smooth out all these different facets of our ball. So in order to do that, we're going to play around with a couple different settings to make it look smooth. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the modifiers tab because we want to smooth out this ball. So what we're going to do is we go to the modifiers tab, which looks like the little wrench up in your tabs here. And we're going to select subdivision surface. So we're going to add modifier, scroll down in the second row, down to the third from the bottom, to subdivision surface. And you can see that already has smoothed this out quite a lot. So we can see that it has more facets, but they're a lot smoother. Okay, so we're almost there. We can play it again just to double check and make sure it looks how we want it. We're going to then go in and smooth out the ball a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm going to go to Tools, and I'm going to find the Smooth button. So there's a couple buttons here, changes the way that the object looks. So you can see we've changed through our modifier, we smoothed it out a little bit. Well, we want to smooth it out the rest of the way. So Shading, going to change that to Smooth. So there we go. Have a really smooth looking ball, which is exactly what we were looking for. Now what we're going to do is come in, we're going to add some color, some texture, things like that. So you can play around whatever color you want, whatever texture, whatever you're looking for this. You can do that. A little texture. You can use the presets. If you want to get sort of creative, you can open up your own from a file that you have. You can play around in here, change all these different ones, lots of different ones that you can play around with. Marble's a really cool one. That one looks pretty neat. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing to the ground. To our plane, we want to give that some color, so we'll add a texture. Let's give it that one, and we'll change that color. Let's do a dark floor for this. So I'm going to make it really dark. Okay, so our ball is going to keep doing this. We're going to have a really great floor. Make sure you have a good lamp in there. If you want to add another lamp, just go over to Create, and you can add your lamp. Hit R if you want to rotate it a little bit. Remember, the little line there is going to be where that light is hitting. Hit your num 0 to make sure that your camera is where you want it. I'm going to move this, so I'm going to right click on my camera. I'm going to move that up because I want to get a little bit more. I want to make sure I don't have that light in my view, but I want to have a really nice view like that. Okay, so this looks pretty good. You can go in if you want to, back into that physics tab. You can play around with all these different things in here. Really change like the push, the pull, all different kinds of stuff in here. But once you have it how you like it, go ahead and render it to video, and then you can submit it.